Hello, I'm Dr. Timothy Dixon, music director and conductor of the American Youth Philharmonic and director of orchestral studies at Messiah University in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. And I'm pleased to welcome you to this performance of the American Youth Philharmonic. The American Youth Philharmonic is one of our nation's premier youth orchestras. Alums of AYPO are members of major orchestras around the country. They attend our nation's top music schools, and they change lives as music educators everywhere. They also excel in other fields such as medicine, law, and engineering. Whatever direction they go, these are people who are talented, who work hard, and are committed to expressing the best of themselves through great music. Additionally, AYPO students are active and engaged citizens, contributing to community life wherever they go. Now, making music in an orchestra is great training for being in community with each other. Typically, we come together all together in the same room. Everybody gets to be heard. We take turns leading and following. More than anything, we notice each other and we listen to each other. Of course, like everything else in our lives, that process looks a little different for us right now. The last 8 months have forced all of us to be more adaptable and creative in hundreds of ways, large and small. For instance, we've not had access to any rehearsal spaces during this time. So that has forced us to get creative and have remote rehearsals. Luckily, as artists, we're used to being creative. So what does a remote rehearsal look like? Well, as you might guess, it looks like a Zoom meeting or a couple of Zoom meetings. Each week, students have been Zooming in from their homes, first to work with coaches on their instruments. And our coaches are the best of the best. They come from the great performing arts organizations in the area, including the National Symphony, the Washington National Opera, and the DC military bands. Coaches hear students individually and give them feedback week to week. After these coaching sessions, we come together for a full session, all 90 some of us in one Zoom room, in which students play along with a reference track while I conduct, and they receive coaching from me on things like phrasing and articulation. Now, all of this culminates in students performing their complete parts while being video recorded. And they're video recording on their iPhones, on their laptops, on whatever devices they have in their homes. These videos are all then submitted and edited together after many, many, many hours of editing by our excellent director of percussion and technical director and producer, Doug Wallace. So what you see behind me is a concert hall. This is in particular Palmer Hall, where I teach at Messiah University. But what you're going to hear is not from a concert hall. It's from a kitchen, it's from a bedroom, it's from a basement. We don't get the advantage of the acoustics of a concert hall. We don't get the advantage of being together in the same room and being able to read each other's body language, watch each other's bow strokes, and tune in real time. But it is our way of being together. So in this presentation, you will hear performances of two pieces. We'll begin with the Polovetzian Dances from Prince Igor by Borodin, and we will conclude our performance with the finale of Tchaikovsky's Symphony No. 5, appropriately a piece which begins in some darkness and ends in great light. Enjoy. Hopefully an appropriate metaphor for all of us. Enjoy.